Hi, I'm Jeff Johnson, Technical Solutions Manager at GUIDEcx, and I'd like to walk you through our new and improved integration with Jira. So to start off, I'd like to explain to you some of the options you have when you're syncing with Jira. And it really allows you to have the best of both worlds. Your team that lives in GUIDEcx can stay in GUIDEcx. Your team that works out of Jira can stay in Jira. And then all of the information that they need to know syncs back and forth with no duplication of effort. So we give you a lot of options for how you can configure the integration. You can sync to a single Jira project or multiple Jira projects. Also, you can specify that you'd like GUIDEcx to create an epic over in Jira. A benefit of that would be that all the issues for a particular GUIDEcx project that are created in Jira will be linked to this one epic, giving you a little bit of nice organization there. But some people don't want an epic created in Jira. They just want the issues to appear. So we give you that option as well. And then also, you can specify, do I want to have all the Jira issues that I need created in Jira at the moment the GUIDEcx project's created? Or do I want them to appear in Jira one by one just in time as each GUIDEcx task becomes active? So all this flexibility is configured via three settings in GUIDEcx on the project. So we have a Jira sync mode, which has four options. So you can say you want to sync that GUIDEcx project to a single Jira project and create an epic, a single Jira project and not create an epic. Or you can actually say I want to sync with multiple Jira projects task by task, and then I'm going to specify the mapping via a task tag, or I'm going to specify the mapping via task custom field, and I'll show a little bit more about that later. And then there's another field, Jira issue creation mode, which just allows us to specify for this project in GUIDEcx, I want to create all the issues immediately, or I want to create the issues in Jira one by one as each GUIDEcx task becomes active. And finally, we have another field in GUIDEcx, Jira project key. So if you're going to be syncing with a single Jira project, well, then this is a simple pull-down menu that allows you to select which of those projects over in Jira that you're going to be using. So let me start showing you the demo. I'm going to be having GUIDEcx on the left and Jira on the right. And you can see I'm in a project in Jira that currently does not have any epics or issues. So I'll start off in my template in GUIDEcx. And you can see this template just represents a simple onboarding project. It has 5 milestones. And a common scenario for how our customers like to use our integration with Jira is that they'll have a lot of tasks on the project, and a certain number of them they know are going to be worked by a team that lives in Jira. And so they want to selectively create issues in Jira just for those tasks that they know are going to be worked by that team in Jira. So in the template in GUIDEcx, I can specify which tasks I want to sync to Jira. So if you open up a task here and scroll down, we can see there's a toggle switch in the tasks called Sync with Jira. So I can just specify exactly which of these tasks that I would like to sync to Jira. And then as I'm creating projects in GUIDEcx over time, I've already configured just one time which of these tasks to sync to Jira, and then this template just gets used over and over again on each GUIDEcx project. Okay, so I've created a project in GUIDEcx using that template that I was just showing you. And now I'm going to demo how the integration is configured and performs. So recall I said that you just need to edit the 3 fields over in the project in order to configure it. So I'm going to specify that I would like to sync this GUIDEcx project to a single Jira project. And also I'd like to have it create an epic to better organize the issues in Jira. And I would like to have all the issues get created immediately. And then finally I'm going to select the particular Jira project that I would like to sync with. Okay, so we'll start to see it creating the epic and issues. And while it's doing that, let me just explain a little bit more about what actually is syncing. So we have bi-directional syncing between the GUIDEcx tasks and the issues in Jira. And we're syncing things like the Jira issue summary, the assignee. So you can assign the task in GUIDEcx, and it'll be assigned to the same user over in Jira. Or you could leave it unassigned in GUIDEcx, and perhaps you have a workflow in Jira that does the assigning for you. We're also syncing over from the task in GUIDEcx the description for the issue, the priority, the start date, due date. And also, if you have custom fields in GUIDEcx or custom fields in Jira, then we could be syncing back and forth between GUIDEcx custom fields and Jira custom fields. And all of that is easy to configure. So then once issues exist over in Jira, we're also syncing comments back and forth. And we can even sync time tracking. So your team can do time entries in Jira and it will sync back to GUIDEcx, or do time entries in GUIDEcx and it will sync over to Jira. So we'll go back over to the demo. We see that the integration created the epic, and also it created 3 issues within the Jira. So what we can see here is now that your team has the ability to work over on the issue in Jira, and it's assigned to them, and we have things like the description is mapped over. Notice here's the description that was in GUIDEcx. And as your team is working on this, they can do things like add comments and say, we are working on this now. Okay, and then let's say after you're working on it for a while, the team wants to actually add some time. So say 1 hour, and then we can just say things like, customer configuration complete. Okay, and I'm going to save that 1 hour work log entry. And then let's say that the team in Jira just moves along and says, okay, we're in progress. So what we're going to see, now that we've changed the status, we're going to see in a few seconds that the actual status is going to sync over to GUIDEcx, and there it is. It changed to in progress. And if we open up the task in GUIDEcx, we'll be able to see the comments and the in those hours. So notice here's that comment that we just added in Jira. It's synced over to GUIDEcx. We can see who added the comment, when they added it. And also automatically added at the bottom in parentheses is just a little thing here. It says comment added in Jira by Montgomery. So we know that this particular comment was added in Jira, wasn't added in GUIDEcx originally, and we know who actually added it. So then we can also reply back. So I can say okay, thank you. And that comment over in GUIDEcx is going to sync over to Jira. And also, remember a minute ago, I added a 1 hour work log entry in Jira. Well, here it is. We can see who entered that time, how many hours, when they entered it. If I open it up, there's the comment that was added in Jira. So within seconds, we have comment syncing, we have time syncing. And also, if I scroll down a little bit here on the task, I see that there's a link over in Jira to that issue. So if your team that lives in GUIDEcx, if they actually do need the ability to go into Jira, well, then we make it really easy on them. So just click right here. We're opening up another tab, and here is that issue in Jira. And notice that already the comment that I added in GUIDEcx, thank you, has synced over to Jira. And we can see once again, we put in parentheses that this note was originally added in GUIDEcx, so that we don't think it was originally added over in Jira. Okay, so what we've just shown is how you can specify in your template within GUIDEcx the tasks that you'd like to sync to Jira, and then when you create the project in GUIDEcx, then this will be taken care of automatically. We'll go and create issues in Jira. But another scenario will come up where when you're in progress of a GUIDEcx project, you want to create a new task in GUIDEcx and have that task sync over to Jira. Well, that's easy to do also. So I can just create a new task in GUIDEcx, and I'll just call it ad hoc customer issue, and I'll assign it to somebody here, and then I have the same sync with Jira toggle switch as you saw over in the template before, and I'm going to save that task. And then what's going to happen here is in a few seconds, that particular task will be synced over to Jira and as a new issue. And then we'll have all the same functionalities before. We'll be able to move it along over here. I can just say slide it over to done. And then that status change is going to sync in a few seconds over to GUIDEcx. So you can see that we can sync task statuses, the assignees, start date, due date, priority. We can sync custom fields back and forth. But also, I talked about how we could sync with multiple Jira projects. So let me talk about that a little more. So how do you actually specify that? Well, we give you several ways to specify that you'd like to sync with multiple projects. So if I just open up a task in GUIDEcx, the first way that you can specify which project in Jira do I want to sync this task with is via task tags. So notice I've got two tags defined in GUIDEcx, and it says here, like one of them is called Jira project key, and then the actual project key over in Jira. So if I wanted to specify that this particular task needs to sync with this project, then all I got to do is open it up and add that tag. And then I could do the same thing. I could specify that a different project a different task in GUIDEcx is going to sync to a different project. So now I just specified that I have one task that's going to go to a team in Jira and another task that's going to go to a different team in Jira, each of which have their own projects. And I could add these tags over in the template like I did before with just the toggle switch, or I can do it ad hoc, just add these tags during the middle of the project. So that's the first way we offer you to map individual tasks in GUIDEcx over to a particular Jira project. There's another way you can do it also, which is to use task custom fields. So if we open up a task and scroll down, you can see that there actually is a custom field where we just get a nice convenient pull down list, and we can specify, oh, this particular task I want to sync with this Jira project. So we offer you a lot of flexibility on how to do the syncing so that it meets best with your team. So to summarize, our new and improved Jira integration really allows you to have the best of both worlds. The team that lives in GUIDEcx can live in GUIDEcx. The team that lives in Jira can live in Jira. We give you a lot of different options for how you can configure the integration. It's very easy to configure, as we saw. And then we're syncing all the standard fields back and forth between GUIDEcx and Jira. We can sync custom fields. We're syncing comments back and forth. We're syncing time back and forth. And all of this is easy to use and easy to set up and very powerful. Well, thank you very much for your interest.